So when running your own business, it is hard to switch off because there's always calls coming in and you want to answer them to keep your business growing. But what if you died tomorrow? Would those customers give your family money to support them? Would they call round and say, hey, do you want to go on holiday? Because this is what we go to work for. We earn money to support our family and obviously to take them on holiday every now and again as well. But there's no chance of any customers going round your house and doing that if you passed away tomorrow. And to be honest with you, a lot of them probably didn't even know you got a family. So what is the priority of your life? Is it to be the best electrician or the best tradesman in your area? Or do you prioritise by being the best father and the best partner in your family? Ask yourself that question, then after this podcast, maybe make a few changes in your life today. Toolbox Talks for Electricians, helping electricians reduce stress, gain back time, and earn more money. Hello and welcome back to Toolbox Talks for Electricians podcast. My name is Ben Poulter and I think I spend my life thinking, I need a holiday. Especially when work is busy. Even, to be honest with you, even when work's not busy, sometimes you think, I'll just have a little holiday, get away, it'll pick up when I come back. You're always thinking about having some time off. Because when you run your own business, it can get pretty stressful. Especially when there's a lot going on and you've got customers that are always relying on you because they've got a deadline and they're pushing the deadline onto you. And so you've got to get things done. There might be a shop that has to open at a certain time, or there might be a site where you can only work on it for a certain amount of weeks. Bit like maybe a school where there's a school and the school holidays are on. So basically you got to get that work done in them weeks when the children are off school. Or if you're working in a critical area and the power, it can't be off for that long. So you've got to get the job done. And I think these are just a few problems that maybe electricians have to deal with on site when they're doing the work. Like not just in domestic premises, there's a lot of the time in commercial and industrial premises as well. I used to work in DC power plants where you could not switch that power off for long. And there'd be certain times where you could only do the work in case there was an outage, in case your finger switched while you're inside that board and you knocked a specific circuit off. They used to say, if you knock one of these servers off, Virgin Media or BT Openreach, they'd lose around 10 grand. So, there was a lot of pressure under you there. And I think so many tradesmen, like myself, they find it hard to switch off. Even when they do go on holiday. I've been on holiday before and I find myself answering emails because you can do everything from your phone. You can leave your laptop at home thinking, I'm not going to do any work. But you've got your phone with you. You get your emails, you get your texts, you get voicemails. And sometimes when a nice customer feels in distress because something's happened to their house, you feel like you've got to phone them back to reassure them saying, look, it's going to be okay. Plug your freezer into something else, your food will be fine, or ring this guy. I just feel like sometimes you've got to look after your customers. And that is pretty stressful sometimes. Because then there's also that thought. If you don't answer the phone to your valued customer that you've done work for over the years, they're going to call somebody else. But then what if they don't come back to you? Because they're always renovating houses. They've always got things going on. They've always got plenty of maintenance inside this industrial building. What if they don't call me anymore? What if they call the new person that they phoned when I was on holiday? But that's something that is out of your control. A customer can phone up a different electrician or a different tradesman any time they like. So let them do it. A lot of the time they might realise that, this guy was cheaper, but he didn't do a good job. Or this guy was cheaper, but he was very unreliable. That's in my experience. A lot of customers, when I haven't answered the phone for being on holiday, or when I haven't been able to get round there at a drop of a hat, like customers like, they've called somebody else. And I said, who actually did this job? Because I'm here now fixing it. Why didn't you call them? Didn't really like him, to be honest. He didn't seem like he knew what he was on about. He didn't seem like he did a good job. It broke when he walked away, so that's why we thought we'd call you when you were back. Well, okay, so feel secure in a way that if you do a good job as an electrician, you get on with the customer, they're going to keep calling you all the time. And that's possibly a lesson learned by the customer there. Because if they just said to me, look, I know you're not around, but can you recommend another electrician, a decent electrician? Because I know 10 other electricians that I would recommend, but yeah, I probably know 10 that I wouldn't recommend as well. But I can recommend a decent electrician that I know that's not going to, they call it moonlighting, don't they? Not going to take the work off me. They're going to go around there, do the job, fix it, let me know what they've done. And I know they're going to do a great job because I'll no doubt go back there one day to do some more work. Because even when I meet a new customer, I'll always say, look, get a few quotes. Get a few quotes from decent electricians. I'll give you some numbers if you like, just to get a bit of a ballpark figure to how much this job should cost. Because no doubt they'll get 3 or 4 quotes and they'll go for the cheapest one. But then because you maybe talk to them to say, yeah, I know what I'm doing and how you're going to do it, you feel them full of confidence. This happens to me all the time. They said, Ben, you're the most expensive, but we liked the way you acted and the way you sort of came across and the way you talked to us about the job. So could you do it for the same price? And always the answer is the same. It's no. And there's also them jobs that when you turn up to, you don't really want to do it. You've got so much going on, and this is something that you're not going to fit in because you know for a fact that they want it done tomorrow. Right, okay, great, yeah, sounds good. Can we start tomorrow? It happens all the time. And you're like, no, sorry, I've got things booked in. I can't do it for a couple of weeks. So you put a high price in, hoping that they'll maybe go somewhere else. But 9 times out of 10, they go, yeah, okay, no worries, go for it. You think, damn, I'm going to jump on this one because it's a good price. But running your own business, it is hard to shut off. Physically, you can basically leave your laptop at home or turn your phone off and leave it somewhere else. But it's the mental side of it as well, because you're always thinking in the back of your head when you're sitting there on the beach. I only know this because I've done it myself. So when I get back, right, I've got to second fix that kitchen, and then that cable is up there for the extractor hard. I've got to remember where everything is. I don't know why I do it. It's just in my head, and I'm always thinking about what I've got to do or how I've got to do it when I go back and second fix. So this is why I try to sort of get everything tied up before you go on holiday. But you rush around like a blow-ass fly. I think you need to find a way, like a in-between sort of thing, a way that you can shut it off and go on holiday, enjoy your life, which is the only reason why you go to work, to enjoy your life and not sort of think about work. Because if you sort of quit tomorrow and jet off to an island where no one can contact you, I guarantee you they'll just find somebody else. The world's not going to end. This is what a lot of customers think. Like, oh, if you don't answer your phone, I'm never going to get my electric back on again. My Wi-Fi is not going to come back on. Not really. There's thousands of electricians all around the world. So wherever you are, you'll be able to get an electrician. So if I disappear, don't worry about it. Somebody asked me once, do you work to live or live to work? And this got me thinking. If I didn't get paid the money that I do when I go to work, I wouldn't go. This is the thing. I wouldn't turn up. Why do things for free? If I want to do things for free, I'll walk someone's dog. I'll look after my sister's children or something like that. They're the sort of things that I'd find fun and do for free. But you don't work for free. You're not going to go to the wholesalers, get a load of downlights, drill holes in someone's ceiling, root around in their loft. We do it for a living. It's not something that I do for fun. And I'm not saying that being an electrician is a bit of a bane sort of thing. I hate being an electrician. I don't like it because I do get satisfaction out of going into someone's house, especially when it's a bleeding mess and you tied it all up. Subconsciously, in a way, I suppose you think, I could have potentially saved someone's life there because of the dodgy job or the fault that's happened and, I don't know, some crap wiring this in someone's house. You've actually done a good job and you've saved someone's life. You could have potentially, people take the mick out of electricians, don't they, to say, look, you're not lifesavers, you can't save people's lives. Well, potentially the work we do, if we do a good job, then we are effectively saving someone's life, because if we didn't do the work, then it would hurt somebody. So yeah, you think about it that way. So all these things that I do, I do enjoy, but yeah, I wouldn't do it for free. Because at motocross once, I was talking to my cousin, and he runs a very successful, busy business. He's always getting calls. He's always quite busy, always got a lot going on. But he said he likes coming to motocross because once you're on that bike and on that track, you don't think about work. You haven't got a chance to think about work. All you're thinking about is holding onto that bike and getting around that track as fast as you can and having fun. There's no room for thinking about, well, what job have I got to do tomorrow? What job have I got on? Who have I got to phone back? What email have I got to get back to? None of that matters. You're just basically concentrating on where I should be when I get at that jump. Where should my position be on the bike when I'm going around a corner? It's the fun things that you want to concentrate on. It's not anything to do with work. And that's why he said he enjoys doing it, which I completely agree with. I think your mind completely shuts off from work. Well, basically, you ain't got no choice. I think if you're on the road on a motorbike or in a race car, maybe in a car, you've got a little bit of time. I do it myself. I'd go along all the time and I daydream. I daydream about things that I've got to do, things that I've got to get done. But doing an extreme sport, your mind's concentrating on staying alive. And I think that's living and that's doing something that you enjoy. It is fantastic for your mental health, but not fantastic for your physical body. Yet sometimes you fall off. And yes, it is a concern when customers, they can't get hold of you when you're on holiday. So plan ahead basically. Set your voicemail up to let a customer know, saying, look, I'm on holiday, I'm back on the 15th or anything like that. Or your email as well, because if I can't get hold of them, they'll text you and they'll email you as well. So set your email up as an autoresponder. So they basically, it's a bit of a security knowing when you're back. So when you will get back to them, leave a message, leave an email. Then I will get back to you as soon as I return. And that's the best you can do. So possibly leave your phone, even in the glove box at the airport. Jam it in the glove box. And even if you have to have it with you, turn it off. Because a lot of time, when I go on holiday, everyone's with me who I love and I care about. So it's not, I don't really need my phone. Everyone can get hold of me who is there. That's any emergency, what I want to know about, they're going to be with me. So I don't really need to answer my phone all the time. I don't really need to be able to be accessible. Because I do think sometimes when you go back in the day, showing me age now, we never used to have phones. We used to get along fine with no phones. I tell the kids all the time. I used to have to ride my bike to the end of the village to find out that my mate had left his house and gone around the other way to go call for me. Now you can just text them, you're coming out, or they don't even text sort of thing, do they? They're sitting on the Xbox and things like that. So times are changed. But I liked it when we didn't have phones so much, when people couldn't get hold of you. It was nice. But you do get some customers as well. I don't know why they do it. It winds me up. If you don't answer the phone once, they'll ring, continue ringing. Basically, because they're in distress, because maybe the Wi-Fi's gone off or light's gone off, or I don't know, their house could be on fire for all I know, but they're ringing you to say, I need your help. And I didn't answer the phone. I couldn't be asked. I was on holiday. Well, I didn't have my phone with me, but I got 8 missed calls. So when I eventually got back to him, he said, yeah, I know you're on holiday, but I thought you could talk me through what to do. I hate doing that. So many people ask you as well, can I FaceTime you? Because all this modern technology again, can I FaceTime you? You can tell me what to do. I said, I'm scared that you're going to do something wrong because you don't do it all the time. You're going to blow yourself up. Then it's going to be my fault. Or you're going to think it's my fault because you went and touched a bleeding live cable and not safe isolated or something like that. So no, I cannot talk you through on the phone. Leave it and call an electrician. Or if it can be left for when I get back, I'll sort it out then. And this is what makes you realise, I think, that some people that are customers, and yes, you maybe class them as friends, they don't care. They don't really care. You're an electrician and I have an electrical problem, so I'm phoning you to sort it out. You're not interested that I'm on holiday with my family. I've been working hard, so I'm a bit stressed out and I need this time off. No one cares about that. You can sit there and say to some people as well, look, I'm going to have a little bit of time off because I'm a bit stressed and I'm a bit, I don't know, down and out with a minute. I'm a bit depressed. they'll say, yeah, anyway, I've got a socket that doesn't work. That'll completely blank their mind sometimes, and no one's interested about your mental health. No one's interested about how you feel. They're interested about their problem and what they've got to do. So you've got to be concerned about your problems and what you've got to do. But it's normally the customers that you've done jobs for in the past. You've done a fantastic job. You've maybe built their house for them. You've wired their house. So when you wired that light 10 years ago and a bulb's gone, that's your problem. There must be a wiring fault because I bought that bulb from Tesco's on the clearance bargain shelf. It's fine. No, it's a bulb's probably gone. You're flipping ringing me up. And then you're going to say, why have I charged you 55 quid to replace a bulb? It sounds stupid, I know, but this actually happens. I used to do a lot of work for letting agencies, and it was a letting agency in Kettering, and they phoned me up all the time. Said, Ben, we've got a problem with a light fitting. Can you go around this address? And I'd say 5 out of 10 houses, it was just a bulb. They'd put an old bulb in there or something got wrong. They've found these bulbs in a skip and put them in their fittings, or lamps, bulbs are what you put in the garden. They found these lamps in, I don't know, in the back of their cupboard, put them in, and they're all gone. So it's not the lamp, it's the light fitting, it's the wiring. So called electricians. So I was basically going around these houses and putting new lamps in. I had a selection of lamps in the van. I thought, well, this is going to be worth it because I get £55 a time just to change a bleeding lamp. And the letting agency phoned me up and said, Ben, you've got to stop charging me for just replacing a lamp. I said, well, stop calling me, asking me to go around to look at a light fitting. The lamp's gone then. It's just stupid. I don't get it. I don't do work for that guy anymore. I don't do work for that letting agency. I don't do work for letting agents, to be honest. They wind me up. So, yeah. It was a good earner for a bit, but yeah, it was stupid. It didn't work out. I think half the stress of running your own business is trying to keep everybody happy. And as soon as you figure out that not everybody will always be happy, the better you'll be. You can't keep everyone happy, even if you roll over backwards to try and please that customer to get it done. You can drop everything you're doing and go and sort the electrical problem out. They'll still go, oh, it took you an hour to get here. I was on another job. I had to pack my kit up and make sure that was safe before I left. Oh, I could have sorted it out myself before. Sort the thing out yourself then, mate. Like, don't bother calling me. Sometimes they just wind you up. Not all the time, but these are little things that electricians have to deal with, and they do add to the stress of being a spark. I think the more you give and the nicer you are to some people, they'll always want more. They'll always expect more. Like, last time you called up, when I called you up, you came out straight away. You were here within 5 minutes. It was conveniently I was driving past last time. This time I was doing a job that was 2 hours down the road. This is why I'm late, and I said I'll come in the evening when I come home. Like, I feel stupid having to explain myself sometimes. So yeah, a lot of customers that I used to have sort of dwindled away. So when you book a holiday, it's always planned in 6 months or a few weeks before you book it. So plan, if you've got 2 weeks to go off, plan before them 2 weeks to have 2 days off. And try not to do anything as well. It will help you relax. I promise you that. It'll help you relax. Walk the dog, tidy the house, do whatever you need to do. Don't be like me and think, right, I booked these 2 days off. There's a couple of jobs that I could just get done. There's a fuse board change down the road that I said I'd do when I get back. If I do it now, I won't have to do it when I get back. Or there's a kitchen second fix I can do that I know they're waiting for me. I was going to do it when I get back, but I could do it now. I always do that. I don't know why. It winds me up. I'm an idiot to myself sometimes. But I try to get everything done so then I've got nothing to do when I get back. What would bloody hell would I do when I get back? If I go on holiday, you spend flipping 4 or 5 grand, so you want to be able to earn money when you get back. And this is why I think a lot of electricians and tradesmen think it's probably easiest for working for somebody else. Let someone else, like the boss of someone else, deal with all the stress. I will just turn up for my hourly rate and get paid. But the only thing is with that the hourly rate, what you get you know that your boss is getting that hourly rate for sitting on his ass as well sometimes. He's maybe charged you out at £60 an hour, giving you £30 an hour. Yeah, so that's what makes me think, I want a bigger piece of the pie. So this is where you start up on your own. I think a good idea would be to have a little pot. Maybe you've got a savings account off your current account, something like that, and just keep putting 50 quid in it every now and again. Or if you've done a really good job and you've got a good touch, put a couple of £100 in it, and it'll build up over time. And then when you feel like you're getting a bit burnt out and things are getting on top of you a little bit, dip into it. Have a few days off. Even if it's just, well, I'm just going to have a day off and I've got the money there, I'll put that into my business account or my current account. I'll pay myself for that day. So you can have a day off and not worry about not earning any money. The amount of times that I've just, I don't know, took the day off like that, scrap that, I'm going to go to the beach today, especially when the kids are off school sort of thing. Right, I'm going to have a day off. Let's get in the van or get in the car and go down the beach. And that just, it's something about the beach, something about sitting on the beach, hearing the noise of the waves that is a little bit more relaxing. And you think you need that every now and again. But yeah, when you're a bit relaxed and sitting on the beach, it doesn't take long to get this idea in your head. Think, right, check over there. I'm going to go hire a surfboard. Or I tell you what, let's go get a cricket bat and play a game of cricket. So yeah, I'm just on about mentally letting yourself relax on the beach. Physically, I like going for a run. I like swimming. I like getting in the water or playing with the kids, digging a hole. That sort of thing, physically, it is fun because then you're tired at the end of the day. You can sit there and just chill out with the family without having to deal about first or second fix, or I've got all this materials for this next job. That's the sort of thing that you want to have a break from. Because all work and no play, it makes anybody unhappy. You've got to have a bit of fun every now and again. There is only one thing in this life that is guaranteed, and that's that one day your time's going to be up. So don't live your life with these regrets, thinking, I never had time to do the things that I wanted to do with my life. Make a plan to make these things come true. Like they say, a lot of people say, have a bucket list. Jot a little bucket list down. And maybe it's a skydive. Maybe it's getting a certain car, going to a certain country. Everything is doable. There's no such thing as can't. So there's only one question left. And that's, what are you going to do about it? Not tomorrow. Not later on. Not I'm going to think about it. What are you going to do? You're going to get a pen and paper or get your phone out and write your notes. What are you going to do now? So I'll leave you to you. Till next time. See you again.